Hey YouTube, so today I will be telling a story time about why I quit my job at McDonald's. So basically, before I get started, I would like to introduce myself for all my new subscribers. My name is Simone. If you are new to my channel, hey. A lot of y'all have been asking me where I have been. I am sorry for leaving y'all out there. If I sound sick, it's because I am, and I just want to record this video for you guys so I can give y'all an update on what's been going on. So yeah, to give y'all a story time today. So yeah, so let's get right into this video. I guess I'll give y'all a background of how I got this job. So it was my 11th grade of high school, and I had this friend named, we're gonna call him Dave. I had this friend named Dave. He worked at McDonald's for like a year or so, I'm not sure. And he was very cool with his manager. We're gonna call her Jessica. So Jessica texted Dave and was like, she needs some more high school employees or whatever. So Dave told me that I should apply. He gave me the link, and it was on Snagajob. So Snagajob do work, you guys. So he gave me the link, all of that information, the story code. So yeah, I applied, and she got back to me within like 2 days, and I had an interview. Interview went well, and I got the job. So I got the job around April, I would say. Around April, I got the job. I was working. Everything was good. So I had this manager. We're going to call her Paradise. I don't know why I'm calling her Paradise because she was not Paradise, but okay. I had this manager named Paradise. She usually worked the afternoon shift. That manager did not like me. She would always put me in the back, and I'm just like, okay, she didn't like me at all, and I don't know why. But that's a different story for another day. So we're just gonna get back to my story about why I quit and how all this went down. So Jessica was the general manager of the store, meaning that she owned the store, and the store was it was a corporate. The store was a corporate. So because of my braces, y'all know I have to go to New Jersey to get them done. I left for about a week, and when I came back, I heard one of my favorite managers say that Jessica would be leaving. And I'm like, no, she cannot leave. Because she was, oh my gosh. She was like the best manager I ever met. Like, she was cool. She was laid back. Well, of course, it's the best manager I ever met because that was my first job. But anyways, she was just laid back, cool, and I was sad. So I went up to Jessica, and I was like, are you really leaving? She was like, yeah, and then I was so devastated. I even wanted to cry, but I was at work, so I had to put it together, and it was really hard for me because she was like the only manager that would like give me the days that I wanted off for my braces, because yeah, so we just gonna keep going forward. So Jessica eventually left. We got this new manager, well, new general manager, you guys. He was horrible. He was booty. I didn't like him. So when Jessica left, we basically had to go back through the hiring process. We had to fill out information about us, about, basically we just had to go over back the hiring process. So basically we was getting rehired at the store, and the new manager and the owners sat down and talked to us about the rules, the regulations, all that good stuff. But with me, I didn't have no problems with the rules because I already followed the rules, so that wasn't a problem for me. So I would say that this was in the summer now. We was in the summer, and so April I got hired. May we got out of school. June, we're in June right now. We're in the summertime. We got the new GM. We got the new GM, and yeah, so we're in June right now, okay? So we got the new GM. I do dual enrollment, so I would have to work mornings instead of the afternoons because I needed the afternoons to study for my classes. So yeah. So before Jessica left, I told her to put me on morning shift. So usually I would work 6 to 2, 6 to 4, stuff like that. I will always wake up at 6 and go to work. So the new GM, we're gonna call him Banana. And we're gonna call the owner of the store Apple. They both males, okay? So Banana worked 6 to 2. Well, not 6 to 2. He would work the morning shift with me, but he would come in like at 8 and won't leave until 7. He worked those type of shifts. So usually when I work mornings, I either be on front counter or in the drive-thru passing out the food. So Banana will be bagging the food, and you know when you bag the food at McDonald's, you give it to the person in the window so we could pass out the food. So there's this thing at McDonald's about time. Your time should not go over, I should say, he wanted the time not to go over like 200. Let's just say 200 for right now. So I was in the window. I was passing out food. And he would like make side comments to me about how I should pass out food. But I didn't let it affect me because I understand that's what managers do. You're supposed to tell your employees what to do and how to make the service more better for customers. So I didn't really take it to heart. But then he started telling me, because usually when Jessica was there, we would like bump it off the screen. So when the car pulled up to the window, we'll bump it off and then hand them the food. But he wanted us to hand the car the food, then bump it off, which didn't make sense to me. So he saw me doing that, and he was basically telling me I was cheating the system, and he was telling me how I could get fired for that, and he could fire me right now. So that was like the first red flag for me, because, I mean, hey, you could have just told me not to do it. You ain't have to bring up fire me right now, all that stuff. So then there's this 10-second rule at McDonald's, which doesn't make sense to me because I work at a fast food restaurant now, and it's way better than McDonald's, and we don't have this rule, not that I know of. So this 10-second rule is like, if a car pull up to the window and the food not there within 10 seconds, park them. So my manager, so it's like the GM does everything basically. So when the GM is not bagging food, another manager has to bag it. So my favorite manager was bagging one day. What did we call? Oh, we didn't give him a name. We just gonna keep it as my favorite manager. My favorite manager was bagging one day, and he was telling me, do not park the car. So the car has been sitting at the window for like a minute now, and Banana comes back from the back and comes to the front. It was like, Simone, why did you park that car? Because the reason why he know I didn't park the car is because the person in the back cannot cash out an order until the car in the front moves. So he was like, Simone, why didn't you park that car? Basically going off on me. So I was like, my favorite manager told me that I didn't have to park it because the food is on the way. And he was like, what did I tell you? He wasn't getting at the manager. He was getting at me. He was like, what did I tell you? I told you if it's 10 seconds past, park it. So I was like, okay, we're going to park you. And I made the car park. So it didn't make sense to me because the car that I parked, we didn't have their food, and the car behind that, we didn't have their food either. So every car didn't have their food, so I parked it for no reason. So that was my second red flag for him. So my third one was when I was in back cash. We call it back cash. When you're in the back of the store, you're cashing out orders and drive-thru. So he came to the back and was like, the owner is up there. What we call him? We call him Apple. The owner is up there, and he said, if you do not cash out orders fast enough, we are going to fire you. So I was training this girl, and I was like, I'm not even supposed to be training her, first of all. So I'm not even supposed to be training this girl, and she's watching me and what I'm doing, and I'm cashing out orders as fast as I can. But I'm like, if the cars in the front do not move, how am I supposed to cash out orders? Remember that. So he comes back there again and was like, Simone, if you do not cash out these cars, I'm going to make you go outside and collect money. So I thought he was joking. I was like, he can't put me outside because McDonald's don't make nobody go outside. So I was like, he cannot make me go outside, da da da. So the girl was like, if you put you outside, he wrong for that because I'm not supposed to go outside. So he come back and he tells me, oh, grab a bottle of water or Gatorade and go outside. Was it Gatorade or Powerade? It was Powerade. Powerade. So I actually went outside, you guys. I know I seem stupid for going outside, but I'm a girl who do what I'm told. So I'm outside or whatever, and I'm crying because I'm mad. I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm mad. Because a few days before this happened, there was this girl in drive-thru, and she wasn't cashing out no card as how they wanted it to be. I guess fast, how they wanted it to be, same thing. And he threatened her and said that he was going to put her outside. But he ain't never put her outside. He put me outside. And I guess it's because I'm nice. Because every time when I go to work, I smile. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be. I had the Chick-fil-A mentality in my head. Because I liked what I was doing. I wasn't like, when I would like be on headset taking orders, I wouldn't be like, what you want? I would be like, welcome to McDonald's. How may I serve you? Da da da. All that good stuff. So yeah, I wasn't a McDonald's type of girl. I was better than that, basically. I went outside. The boy who got me the job, we called him Dave. He came outside to get me a new headset battery because I still have the headset on. Because usually when you're in back cash, you're collecting money and you're taking orders as well. So he came outside. He noticed I was crying. So he went back in and told Banana that I was crying. And he basically told me to come in and he sent me home. So let me tell y'all what happened while I was outside. So I was outside. Remind you, I didn't have nothing in my hand. I didn't have no card swipe or no nothing. He wanted me to collect money and bring it back to him, which didn't make sense to me because how am I supposed to collect money and move the cars in the drive-thru if I don't have a register out there? So basically, he sent me home. When I clocked out and I called my mother, I was in the car and I told my mama what happened. And she was like, you need to tell Apple. So I texted Apple and I was like, I have something to... I was like, can I talk to you? He was like, sure, but did you talk to Banana yet? And I said, no, because it's about Banana. So he called me right away and I picked up the phone. And he was like, yeah, what's up? That's exactly what he said. He was like, yeah, what's up? So I was like, I just left McDonald's and Banana put me outside because I wasn't doing what he claimed I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. And he cut me off. He cut me off right as I said Banana name and said that he sent me outside. He was like, this is exactly what Apple said. He was like, well, that is Banana store. And if you want you outside, you go outside and stop complaining. If you don't like it, then quit. And then he hung up. And I was like... hold up. It got to the point where they started taking me off the schedule. And my mom told me when they start taking you off the schedule, they are planning on to fire you. So I came back to work the next day and I was in the window. He came in and was like, he gonna send me home because of what happened when I was outside. Don't nobody know this story. Only I know it because this was in the morning and Dave didn't work until like towards 10. So I'm in the window in the morning and he comes in at 8 and was like, I'm gonna send you home because of what basically happened outside. So he sent me home and I was scheduled for the next day. So I was in the next day 6 to 2 and I was bagging food for front counter. So when you're bagging food for front counter, it's like really busy up there because in the morning times we be busy. So I'm bagging food and there was this new girl in the window and I guess she wasn't doing what she was supposed to be doing. So he told me to get in the window. Okay? He told me to get in the window. And when I got in the window, remember when I said in the beginning that your time not supposed to pass 200? Our time was on 380. So when I got in the window, I was parking cars to get the time down because we didn't have the food. And I didn't want to get fired. So I was parking cars like crazy. And he called me to the back. He was like, Simone, come back here. And he told the manager to get in the window. He was like, when I put you in the window, the time was at 200. I was like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And he said, when you got in the window, the time went up to 400. How? Please tell me how. So he was like, I told you to park cars and you didn't. And I said, yes, I was parking cars. I was like, you could ask the manager in the window. He was like, I'm not going to ask the manager in the window because I know you're not parking cars because the time would be this high. And I'm just like, do you not know when we park cars, you have to put it on hold and hold bring up the time in the drive-through? He was just basically telling me, oh, I'm going to lay you off. He was like, so I'm going to take you off the schedule. I was even on the schedule for one. They took me off the schedule the whole time. I was on the schedule for like a week. He said, oh, I'm going to take you off the schedule and I'm going to push you back on for Friday. And if you come back Friday, I'm going to put you in the window. And when you're in the window and you don't do what I tell you to do, you're getting fired. So I was like, okay. My mom even had my aunt come up there to talk to him. And he was like, I tell Simone what to do and she don't be listening. And I just be like, okay, I do listen, but okay. So basically, it was just a whole mess going on up there, and I eventually not end up going back. That's one of the reasons why I quit. I feel like if Jessica was still there, I would still be working there, because I actually like working at McDonald's despite the rude customers, because you gonna have rude customers everywhere. I have so many McDonald's stories for y'all. I want to just end it right here. So that's basically why I quit McDonald's. I feel like it was for the best. That was like the main reason why I quit McDonald's, because he was disrespectful. For one, you sent me outside in the hot, talk about bringing Gatorade, a Powerade or a water out there and go outside. When he said it, he was talking to like, he was acting like he was talking to a dog. And I'm just like, okay. And I went outside and I feel like I should have never went outside. I should have been like, I quit. And I feel like if Jessica was still there, I would still be working there because I liked my job. But yeah, this is the end of this story time. If y'all have any job experience and how your manager ever treated you, comment them down below because I love to read your stories. And yeah, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.